Black Clover chapter came out early today, and the one main thing that I have to say is that Nachts definitely is very crazy. Sit back and relax and enjoy the video. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Anime Mega Reviews, and today I got Black Clover chapter 272 on deck. And let me just tell you guys, it was really special. I have to rate this chapter. Before I even necessarily get into the review, I got to give it an 8 out of 10 because just the anticipation for next week, I just cannot wait. That's definitely something to look forward to next week besides Thanksgiving. And it's going to be a wonderful treat when we're really going to see what's going to happen after this chapter. And the reason why I'm saying it is because this chapter was fire. Yuki Tabata literally just dropped fire on our heads, and this is something that, man, we just got to get into it. Let's get right into it, y'all. So the chapter opens up with Yuno training, which is something that I have been asking for a very long time. Yes, we know that, of course, canon-wise, Yuno does train, but we have yet to see him actually do it. Like, legitly, I have never seen Yuno train. This is the first time I've ever seen Yuno's character actually put some effort into his training. He still does not have a sensei. However, I guess it kind of answered my question in this chapter about whether or not he was really going to get a teacher or not. Yuki Tabata, I get that he's trying to give more development to Yuno, and I like this. I like this new Yuno. You know, he's not so easygoing. He's not trying to be the cool guy. He realizes that he does have goals. He wants to defeat Zenon. He wants to get revenge for the Golden Dawn and bring Zenon to justice. However, there's one character that's been missing throughout this whole entire process, and he eventually does make an appearance, and that is when we finally see Dangerous. Where has Dangerous been all this time? Even Yuno wonders why. Like, Yuno even says, like, look, you can come out now. Like, why don't you actually come out instead of hiding? And I think that Yuno, like, he doesn't really like Dangerous. And for one reason or another, Dangerous was not there, or rather present, at the Golden Dawn's massacre. And I have no idea why. Like, was this dude training? I just have no idea. Did he actually care about his squad? And coincidentally enough, Yuno actually took his place as vice captain. Maybe Dangerous has stepped down. I have no idea. But that is when Dangerous, he's watching the whole time, and he's just like, look, you don't even need to mention my former name. And you know, you always say things that's just unpleasant, stuff that I don't really like. So Dangerous, you know, he still has his attitude. He still has this kind of, you know, I'm higher than you type of attitude. And to some extent, I can understand why. Like, let's not forget that Dangerous most likely is Arcane Stage. I would definitely rate him top tier out of all the Magic Knights so far that we've seen in this series in terms of the Clover Kingdom. Of course, he's not necessarily more powerful than, for instance, maybe some of the other high tier captains, but right now, you know, Dangerous, he does have a lot going for him. I just have to give it to him. And Dangerous, he wonders where is Belle, and that is when we get the revelation that apparently Belle is not coming out of Yuno's grimoire for a very long time. And you know, he's on his Albert Einstein type of mentality right now. You know, he's trying to think of a way to defeat Zenon. However, Yuno's not even sure if it's actually going to work. And I don't really necessarily think that Yuno is going to defeat Zenon by himself. It's going to be a team effort. But at the same time, I can't really see Yuno defeating Zenon on his own. Definitely, I think it's going to be a team effort. Like I said before, Yuno's most likely going to get that finishing blow, but it's going to be Dangerous along with the other Golden Dawn members that are still alive that just want to get justice. They want to get revenge for not only their fallen members, but also to rescue Captain Vengeance as well. So yeah, I can't see Zenon and Yuno just going one-on-one. If it took Yami going 100% of his power just to defeat Dante, and Yami had to have help just to finish him off in the first place, Yuno's definitely not going to match that level anytime soon. And that is when we see that Dangerous offers Yuno some training. And Dangerous does have an idea of what Zenon does possess in terms of his power. He says, you need to defeat a Spectral Magic user. I'm a Spectral Magic user. So let me try to train you. Let me try to help you get better. And even Yuno mentions the fact that Dangerous most likely has gotten a lot stronger, which, guys, this is pretty scary. If he's anywhere near the level of his elf self, when his elf self had to try to defeat Yami and Jack while at the same time fending off Finral, if he's at that level, my gosh, like, this dude is really powerful. Like, people keep sleeping on Dangerous, but they really do. Now, going back to the actual main reason why you guys are all here, Asta, his anti-magic demon versus Nachts. And let me just say this, I was wrong. I thought that Asta was really going to put Nacht down. But I was quickly proven wrong. Nacht is not a slouch. And even Asta mentions the fact that they have literally battled this guy many times since we last saw them in the earlier chapters. And Nacht wasn't even trying his hardest. And even Asta acknowledges that. He's like, this guy isn't even trying. He's literally given most likely maybe 50% of his effort. Asta says he's not even serious yet. And our boy Asta, he got bumps and bruises all over his body. His anti-magic demon, Lebib, they have the same injuries. And that's one thing that's pretty interesting here is that Asta has said the injuries that he had sustained in his black form was mirrored in his anti-magic demon. So that means that basically whenever Asta gets hit, his anti-magic demon gets hit as well. So this is pretty interesting here. I wonder, is this the same thing for the Dark Triad? Like if they kill Dante, does that kill Lucifero as well? I have no idea, but it's something just to think about. And our boy Nacht, you know, he is a very nice trainer. He is a very great vice captain. He offers our boy Asta some treats in the form of cookies and cakes, and apparently this food is able to restore stamina and heal wounds. And it's some special type of food. I believe that in this chapter they mentioned that it's from the Spade Kingdom, and apparently Nacht had got it from somebody else. So you know, our boy Nacht, he's pretty nice. However, Nacht has another side to him. He lets Asta know that, look, it's been 2 days already. It's nearly time for us to gather. And that is when Asta, he really comes to reality that they have been fighting Nacht nonstop for 2 days and have not made any headway. And that is very shocking. And that is when the anti-magic demon and Asta, you know, they get into another argument again. I believe it's the anti-magic demon calls Asta 90% stupid. So, you know, they just go back and forth. They're having fun. But yeah, our boy Nacht, he's not playing any games. He's like, if you can't do it, then you need to die right here. And you know, for 1 second, I could say that Nacht is just not that serious, but Nacht has a few screws loose. Like, he really does. He's willing to do anything and everything possible to defeat the Dark Triad. He knows what type of evil that they're going to be up against, and he has no time to play around. I think that he's just letting Asta know, like, this is serious. There's no time for games. If you don't get it done, I'm going to kill you, and that's just, it is what it is. Nacht, he does seem like the type of guy that has backup plans, so maybe Asta isn't necessarily his whole and complete plan. Maybe he has plan B, and that's when Asta, he gets rocked. Like, Nacht is pretty powerful. He's more powerful than Asta at the moment, and that is when he uses Monozone, and he's just enveloping Asta in darkness. They're taking L's left and right. Our boy Asta, he can't even necessarily read his key. He doesn't even know where Nacht even is. And Asta, like, he's really taking a beating here. I haven't not seen Asta take this type of beating. Maybe besides the Veto fight, like, this dude is really taking them L's. And that is when our boy Asta, he has these flashbacks, right? And Nacht even mentions that it's such a pity. And I have no idea, like, if Nacht is really serious right here. Like, Asta, he's having his flashbacks, and Nacht, he's just pretty much making a closed deal on Asta, saying this is it. And this is something that we just really have to take into account as far as Nacht's character, is that I think that he was very serious here. Like, he was prepared to kill Asta in the event that this thing didn't really turn out right. And that lets us know that although Nacht is a good guy, I believe he's more so an anti-hero. He's willing to do anything and everything possible to reach his goals. And I know that some people may not like Nacht's character after this. However, at the same time, I can't argue with results. If he encourages the Black Bulls to become more powerful, and if he does this thing with Asta to make him 100% foolproof as far as him defeating Dante and the Dark Triad, you can't really argue with results. However, one of the most important aspects of this chapter comes in the form of flashbacks, where Asta and Lebib, they both want to become powerful for their own various reasons. One of the things with Asta, of course, that he wants to get Yami back. He wants to rescue Yami. However, with the anti-magic demon, he wants to get revenge for Asta's mother, just to avenge her death, just to bring Lucifero to justice. And that's the one goal that they do have in common. They both say, I can't let him die. They both caring about each other. And that is when we get something that's pretty amazing here. And I did make a video in the past that I kind of had doubts about whether or not Asta was going to reach this mode of power anytime soon, because I just had some doubt in it. And even our boy Nacht, like, he's kind of surprised. He's like, what's going on here? We get that shining light in the middle, and man, I just can't wait for next week, because this one panel right here, just this one little slide, is all I need to know about what's going to happen next. We see Asta. He's got his, you know, the thing in his eyes. He looks like he's about to activate some type of new power. and I just can't wait. Like, I'm super excited. Like, I've never been more excited for a chapter than this week's chapter in a long time for Black Clover, and I just can't wait to see what happens next. But anyway, guys, that does it for me today. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're new. Also, hit the like button, does really good in the algorithm. Also, comment down below and tell me what you guys think about Nox tactics. I know some people are going to hate Noct after that, but tell me what you guys think. Is it good? Is it bad? Or are you just neutral about it? Also, tell me what you think about Yuno training with Langris, because I just can't wait to see what type of results it's going to produce. Also, guys, make sure you stay safe out there, and peace.